How's it going, guys? Back for another early morning shave. And today we're going to be using some Stirling Shadow Orchid. This is a little sample puck. And this is kind of like a dark floral type scent. I've never smelt, what's it called? Flowers in the Dark from Dr. John's. But I can imagine they're going for the same idea. It's a very nice scent. It's like a little bit earthy. It's sweet, and then there's almost like dark fruits and florals. I don't know, but this is a good one for me. I know I've put down a few florals on my channel before. Not that one. That one works perfectly fine for me. I got some loaded up in the collapsible bowl here. We're going to be using the good old Theta brush. I only brought 2 brushes along on the trip, so that's what we'll be using. The good old Theta brush. The Silvertip Badger 24mm. Somebody was heckling me about what the model was, what the size of the knot was, what grade it was of Badger. I was just like, bro, honestly, I don't give a crap. But I did all the research and tried to point him in the right direction, but up until then I didn't even bother with all that. Alright, let's get to going. I did put a few drops of water in here on top of the soap, so I suppose you could say I bloomed it. Rick over at Sunsets and Steel commented on my previous video, and he said if you're having trouble with those tall agitators and getting down to where the soap is at, maybe try putting a couple drops of water to soften it up. And I told him I don't normally bloom my stuff, but in this case, you might be right. Just to help soften that soap up, so I'm not trying so hard to get down to it, because those agitators are kind of tall, and you really got to get down. Really got to get down in there with your brush. I don't really like putting that much pressure. Although these are soft rubber, I don't really like putting that much pressure because I feel like I'm going to be doing damage to my brush, so. But it's whipping up nicely. I didn't really drain any of the water before I started, so I'm not really adding much water either. I suppose you could say I did like a Don Younger type method. 'Cause he just drops a whole shit ton of water right out of the brush into the bowl and just starts getting it. Starts whipping it up real aggressively. That should be good for us. Woo. Water's got a little steam on it. This class has been going good, my training. The first 2 days went well. It was like it definitely hits its lulls. I'm not used to sitting down and listening, so it's definitely trying for me to to just sit there and listen to an instructor. I was never one to listen in school, and I'm not one to listen outside of school. I did very well in school, but I just didn't want to listen. I'd rather learn on my own terms. And didn't steer me wrong. I did very well, but I just never have ever taken well to other people's instruction. I just do things my way. Unless I'm asking for it, you know what I mean? If I'm asking for help, I'm receptive to help, but if I'm not, I'm just kind of, I don't know, I put up a wall, kind of. That's probably a bad thing, but that's just the way I'm wired. Alright. I was planning on doing an oldie but a goodie, like, tag series. But I don't think I brought up all the stuff that I wanted to use, so I'm going to have to put that on hold. I'm going to be using my Gillette Slim Adjustable with the Gillette Platinum Blade on the 5 setting. And we'll get started. Yeah, I saw SoSharpDavid do a Instagram post using some reliable gear that's time tested, and I commented that would be a good idea for a tag series. And he just responded, "We'll get it started." And so that's something I plan on doing, but I'm kind of away from the den right now, so I don't have all my gear with me. The Thader and the Gillette Slim Adjustable wouldn't be a bad choices. And Stirling wouldn't be a half bad choice either. It's been around for a long time. I would say it's time tested. But I don't really have like a time tested aftershave with me, so I couldn't quite complete it. So let's put it on hold. But rest assured we'll get around to it. I've been, after class, I've been going to the local breweries to pick up to-go options. And yesterday and today, or I mean, Monday and Tuesday. It sucks because I wanted to take a tour or do like a circuit of all the Spokane breweries. And me and my wife were talking about it with a few of our friends. And then all this bullshit happens. And so we cancel. And then I get sent there with a cruel twist of fate while everything's closed. So that fucking sucks. And it looks like I did grab this little pimple right here. But it's still a good first pass. We'll lather up for pass 2. Get this slickness off my hands a little bit. I don't know why I have no idea why I talk so quiet in the morning. Maybe I'm trying not to wake others up. Although the hotel is rather deserted. I have no idea. Maybe it's just the tone. The tone is different. It's early morning, and subconsciously I know that, so I'm trying not to be loud. I don't know. go against the grain. Still got a decent amount of slickness on my fingers. That's Stirling for you. Best value in the game, right? And this Shadow Orchid, I'd say it's probably right at mid, 5 out of 10 scent strength. It's funny because I'm not really near anything at this hotel, but I'm right beside the post office. So when I want to go get a coffee before work, or if I want to get dinner or something after work, I'm like on a 15-20 minute drive every which way to try to go get something. So that kind of sucks. And then yesterday I went to go get a pizza, and the Google Maps pointed me to one place. I called and made the order, and then I took off driving to go get it. And I pull in, and I was gonna walk inside to go get my pizza, and the place just looked abandoned, and they just had like a small flyer on the door, and it said, "We've moved to a new location, blah blah blah." And I was like, God damn it, I just drove like 17 minutes to get here. So I gave them a call, and I was like, "Hey, you guys switch locations? I just arrived to the one that Google sent me," and they're like, "Yeah, we're at this new address." And so I typed the new address in my maps, and I eventually found it, but it was kind of a bummer. Even though I don't have shit to do up here, I still don't want to be wasting my time either when I could just be relaxing. Alright. So I think that was a pretty good shave. But I ended up getting there, and they gave me a free 2 liter of pop, which I don't really drink pop, but, or soda, as you weirdos call it. We call it pop. I don't really drink pop, but they gave me a free 2 liter. So I figured I would just give it to one of my buddies that lives up here. Spokane is relatively unaffected as far as the rest of Washington goes. They're actually, for their population, in really good shape. So that's nice, because like I said, I have 2 buddies living up here, so it's kind of nice to know that the situation isn't so serious over here. I mean, it's serious everywhere, but it's not looking as grave as it is in other parts of Washington. All right, so that was a good shave, other than nicking that little pimple that I thought I was gonna let heal, but just didn't happen. I had a couple good shaves, and I thought we were gonna get away with it, but it's just had to stick its damn head out. All right. So yeah, that Shadow Orchid is for me. Good scent. No rose, but it does have florals. And like I've always said to people who comment, oh, I don't like florals either. It's not that I don't like florals. It's I don't like rose. So, and this proves it. This was a good one for me. I still don't know if I would pick up a full puck of it. I don't know if I love it. I like it. It's a good one. But I have this healthy 1 ounce sample that Stirling gives, so I could definitely still get a lot of shaves out of it. So I'm going to be using the Reserve Classic. Still had a little bit left, so I'm going to get rid of it before it all dissipates away. You can see that ring kind of, there's no way of closing it once it's open, so you kind of got to use it in a timely fashion. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to kill it off. There's probably a little bit more left in there. And this is definitely a nice, pleasant scent. Like I said, it's familiar. Whoa, maybe there's a little bit more in there than I thought there was. I'll just put the rest on my arms here. That'll kind of linger around for a little while. But shit, that was good. Very nice. Guess I shouldn't have threw that away, but that was Barrister and Mann's Reserve Classic Aftershave. This Stirling's Shadow Orchid, a dark floral. Very nice. No rose, just a nice earthy sweet floral, and I enjoyed it. And I always love Stirling's huge samples that are still very affordable. I use the Stirling Collapsible shaving bowl / dog bowl and my Thader Silvertip Badger 24mm, product model 4125, and the ivory handle. And it's been used this many times for the people who want me to explain it down to a T. Alright. And I also use the Gillette Slim Adjustable with the Gillette Platinum blade on setting 5. And yeah, it just had a great shave. I definitely nicked that little pimple, but other than that, no complaints. Perfectly smooth. That Reserve Classic's a little bit tacky, but it'll wash away. It definitely felt silky after a dry down period. Because I remember that first shave, I was touching my face for like hours. So it definitely turns silky after it kind of dries in. Anyhow, I think that'll be it for me, guys. Have a good one. We're at midweek, so good luck.